Hello and welcome to the PPPC show. Welcome back, I should say. I've been speaking with a lot of suppliers, a lot of presidents of associations today, and now I have the honor, the pleasure to speak with a friend of mine, a mentor of mine, someone who is absolutely fabulous, and he comes from the distributor side. This is Sam Singh. Sam Singh is the president and CEO of Line Specialties. They are a distributor in British Columbia, and they are awesome. They're revolutionizing what they do. They do things differently, and that's what we're going to talk about today. Sam, welcome to Promonoise, and welcome to Toronto. When did you arrive?
No, we got here on Sunday.
Awesome.
Yeah, thank you for having me. I appreciate that. Always good to see another good friend in the industry.
It's so good to see you, man. And we've known one another for so many years, Sam.
Yeah.
And I've looked at your company grow. I've looked at your own personal philosophy and how you drive your personal philosophy with your company. Let's talk a little bit about that for a while. How long have you been in this industry for?
Well, it's a family-run business. We opened it up in 1986. My parents did. So, do we want to talk about working as a child labor and having a summer job?
Oh, you just said the magic words, child labor. 1986 was like Expo 86 in BC. Remember Expo 86?
Yeah, exactly. That was one of the sparks that was a catalyst that helped us open up the company back then.
So 86, family business. So this is a legacy, right?
Yes.
And you took over when, the promotional arm of this company?
Yeah, so I took over probably back in the early 2000s.
Unreal.
Right?
Unreal.
You know, my mom started up in 1986 on the embroidery side of things as a contract decorator.
Yep.
You know, female minority immigrant with a dream.
Unreal.
Right? And opened that up, and you know, like I said, every summer I had a job, right?
Yes. Female minority immigrant with a dream. I mean, it actually brings tears to my eyes. It really does. I mean, it's why we're here. Ultimately, everyone comes from somewhere else, right? Ultimately, if you think about it. And it's that dream. It's the dream that keeps us going. It's the dream that allows us to expand. And when we don't have a dream anymore, we're not expanding anymore, are we?
Exactly.
And you've been a visionary for as long as I've known you. You've had a goal. You've had a dream. Mm-hmm. And Sam, I see that. And you're expanding like nobody's business. So talk about this other generation that's come into your business now with your brother joining you.
First of all, I don't know if I'm a visionary, but thank you.
He is.
Yeah, just trying to stay on top of things, and you know, with my brother joining us just about 5 years ago and helping out and bringing his infrastructure, because he's worked enterprise level companies his whole life.
Yes.
So just that added level of professionalism where I didn't understand that or know about that because I've always grown up in the family business.
Yep.
Right? So we kind of hit a plateau, and he was able to bring in some instrumental changes for the better, and we were able to break through that glass ceiling. Just different mindset, different different hiring, more diversification. Like, you know, being a minority-owned business, I look at my staff, like, you know, over the last 5 years, we're very culturally diversified, different backgrounds, et cetera, and it's not something that we do because it's trending,
right? Or
it's a corporate initiative. It's just in our DNA.
Yes.
You know, female-owned business, minority, immigrant, like it's what we do without even thinking about it, right? So, yeah, and that, you know, with Rocky's infrastructure into the company and just that added layer of professionalism, right? It just really helped us break that glass ceiling.
I love it, and so you're espousing and you're walking the walk when it comes to diversity, equity, inclusion. I love what you're doing, and you're doing something else that so few people are doing, Sam. And some of the buzzwords that we've been talking about this morning are community and sustainability. Now, from a sustainability perspective, you got to hear what this guy's doing here. So you took the time, you invested, and you became a certified B Corp. Yes. Can you explain to me what that means? Because I don't think a lot of people actually understand the whole concept of what a B Corp is.
Yeah, no, that was quite a bit of a journey. It took us 18 months to complete that. So it was a lot of time invested, resources, and personnel. And actually, Rocky, that was something that came from Rocky's corporate background. Okay. He's let's look into B Corp certification, because we started, we both have young kids at home, like a lot of the probably listeners do.
Yes.
Right? And it's like, what are we doing? Are we just filling up landfill? right? You know, there was that discussion.
Yes.
And really, I think the shift really happened is my kids.
Okay.
They started asking me questions. You know, hey, Full Line, you guys do branding. What are you doing, right? What are we doing in the sustainability? Hi.
This happens every once in a while. So good to see you, Donica.
More the merrier.
All right, we're talking about kids. All right.
Yeah. And they started asking me questions. Like, you know, what's Full Line doing? Like, you know, Daddy, we know you put logos on stuff. And it just started thinking about that. And, you know, at that time, I really didn't have an answer other than just the usual, yeah, we put logos on things and help brands with their journeys, et cetera, et cetera.
Yes.
Started talking about Rocky, and that's where he goes, you know, you should really look at this B Corp thing. Or it was one of our management meetings. I go, you know what? We have to think about what we're leaving behind.
Awesome.
Right?
Okay.
You know, for the next generation, you know, some of the veterans in this industry, while their kids are older and, you know, doing what they're doing, but their grandkids.
Yes.
Right? It only takes one to start a movement and start the journey.
Absolutely.
Right? And someone has to do it. And, you know, there's only a handful of distributors that are B Corp certified. Just, it takes a lot of resources and planning and a lot of time invested. And, you know, I tip my hat to the ones that have been B Corp prior to us, right?
Yes, yes. Now, I was doing interviews earlier this morning. There was a breakfast session this morning. I heard it was fabulous. And I actually heard somebody talking about one of the philosophies, and there's a distributor in your neck of the woods, actually, who is actually saying, look, I don't want customers that are filling landfills. And she has the luxury to be able to say, I'm actually going to reject those kinds of customers.
Yes.
That's an interesting philosophy, right? To be able to do that and to really like believe and live your values. And you guys are doing that as a B Corp. It's amazing.
Yeah, and I know exactly who you're talking about. I tip my hat to them every time. They were one of the pioneers in our industry when it came to B Corp.
Yes.
And it's not just about environmental stuff. It's about, you know, being a do-good company.
Yep.
Right? Taking care of your employees, taking care of your staff, your supply chain, your vendors.
Yes.
Right? It's a whole holistical global approach.
Yes.
Right? And you have that mindset as we don't want to be filling up landfills with our brand. You start saying no to certain clients because they don't fit with your culture or your philosophies. You start attracting in your orbit those types of customers that have aligned values with you.
Dude, that is it.
But it's the first step that's the scariest.
It is, isn't it? And I mean, you take a big risk when you say no, and you just, you become more of yourself, right? You have to be more of yourself, more authentic, in other words, right?
Yes.
And then once that happens, what I've noticed happens in business is you get this zing, this alignment. And like you say, you start attracting the right customers. And, and this is the path to expansion and to growth, right? Never be still, never be in stasis. Always be moving, always be expanding by aligning and living your true authentic self. I see that with you guys.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
And it's about being dynamic.
Yes.
Right? We have to be dynamic.
Of all of the accomplishments, Sam, and you've got many of them to speak of, are there any that stand out as being like at the forefront of, yeah, man, that was really cool? And then on the flip side of that, what about future ones? So what are you aiming for? Where are you going in the next little while?
That's a good question. Usually owners don't know. I'm just kidding. No, we do strategy meetings and things like that. But you know, the accomplishments that I'm most proud of is we have a staff of 25 now.
Okay.
Right? And being able to provide a living for them.
Yes.
You know,
yes.
I did we did a meeting recently, and we looked, okay, how many of our staff is it their first job in Canada as new immigrants?
Wow.
Almost half.
Wow.
And you know what? It was nice to be able. I never realized that, right? You know, we have people in our warehouse department and our decorating that have been with us for 20 years, and it was their first job in Canada, and they're still with us. You know, it's really proud to be able to provide an opportunity for people, right, to achieve their dreams, right, and provide a living for them. It's a nice feeling. Right?
No kidding. That would be an accomplishment I'd be extremely proud of, and kudos to you, man. And it really is about the family. I mean, your people are your family, right? And
exactly.
seems to be a motif that I'm hearing from a lot of people today. And it's been 2 years since we've done a trade show of this magnitude in Canada.
Yeah.
And people are telling me that it's like I'm back and I'm hugging people. And one of my buddies just told me I should have had a counter for the amount of hugs that I've been giving and receiving today, because it really is a family. This is a pretty unique industry from that standpoint, isn't it?
It's very, very tight knit. It's nice.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful industry. I've been doing it for a long time, and I can't see myself doing anything else. Not successfully, anyways.
Oh, don't get it wrong. Sam does a ton of things really well. He's a modest dude over here.
Oh, thank you.
But I have always been enamored with what you do, how you do it, and the integrity you bring to the industry. And congratulations, man.
Thank you very much.
Just absolutely rocking what you do. Sam, it's an honor to be with you today and to spend a little bit of time. I could literally speak with this guy for hours, and the information that he would share would just be revolutionary. So, if you're an end user, if you're from whatever corporation and you're looking for an unbelievable distributor, look no further than Full Line Specialties. They're truly awesome. What's your website, Sam?
Fullline.ca.
Fullline.ca. Check them out. Sam, it's been a real pleasure to talk with you, and you always brighten my day whenever I see you.
Well, thank you for having me. Always a pleasure to see you. And it's nice to see you in person. Come here.
I'll add that to my counter. All right.
There you go.
Counter. All right. On behalf of us here at Promonoise, actually, Sam, I've got something for you.
Oh, okay.
This is for the winter months. This is from a company called Latour de Spice. They're a supplier in our industry. And this is a hot apple cider mix. So when it gets a little cooler, you're going to huck that in your water, throw whatever else you like in there, Sam, and you got yourself a hot apple cider. And thank you very much for being a guest.
Thank you.
Ease in. Thanks, everybody. We'll catch you later.